Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Sassy T Show. I'm Terralisa McBride, aka RBT, here today with my co-host.
Stephanie Winfrey, the hostess with the mostest.
All right, all right. Today we're coming to you to discuss a matter that really mental matters, and we got some good information we looked up for you guys. Hopefully, you'll get a chance to tune in. Let us know your thoughts. Get on the chat line with us. My producer will have the link in the chat line for you if you'd like to do that. Giving a shout out to Out of the Mud Inc. for making all this happen for us today. And I want to give a shout out to MUA Jock for all your beauty needs. Shop with her at www.shopmakeupismylife.com. I used the product, y'all. I finally got it and I used the product. I had to throw that out there. I'll tell y'all a little bit about it later. But give a shout out to James Mayfield, the greatest Mayfield, a Chef Grundy the second, and also Larry Lott, making it happen for us for Out of the Mud, bringing you Sassy Tea today. So, Stephanie, what's your thoughts on mental matters?
I don't even know where to start. You can start a whole bunch of directions with that.
Yes.
Man, I mean, I was just thinking, a lot of people suffer from mental illness, and I think we did hit on this subject a couple of times and stuff. But I think going into the new year,
Yes.
we always thinking about maybe losing weight, getting our skin together, our hair together. But I think it's very important to try to think about getting our mental state together
Mm-hmm.
for the new
Mm-hmm.
year, because these times are very trying now. The way the direction of the world is going with the administration and all of that, and different things is changing, and how it's not as easy as it used to be to get help out here financially or any of that. So I know a lot of people, trying to get their New Year's resolution together, like stop
I
smoking
never
for
do one.
one. Yep. And losing weight, and you know, this I have a problem with shopping. I need to work on that. I need to
Okay.
just not shop no more. It's crazy.
Even though
And
Christmas came and gone, you still shopping?
it's the 24/7 for me. I need to go to AAA with that.
Are
I
you
do.
kidding me, Stephanie?
And and that's the part of it's a mental thing
Mental
for me.
anguish? Yeah.
Well, I feel like, how some people might eat when they get depressed, or if they're stressed out, they might eat. I shop. I hit the door, and I don't care how much I spend. I'll spend till I can't spend no more. I do.
Do you still got your
Seriously.
tree up?
I still got the tree up. Everything is still up. The kids still running around crazy. Yeah. I
I
said I would do it.
I took
I
my
would
tree
do.
down the day after Christmas.
Nope. I don't usually take it down to after New Year's.
I usually don't either, but I did it for my own mental purpose.
See what
So,
I'm saying?
yep,
So
so mental
everything,
matters for me too. So,
absolutely, and I think we need to focus on our mental health for the New Year's,
yes,
because
I
once
agree.
you focus on your mental health, everything else should fall underneath that.
Yep, I
Because
agree.
then you focus on your mental, now you can focus on your weight. Maybe that'll be easier to let go. Maybe those habits that's hard to let go will be easier to let go if we focus a lot more on our mental state.
Right.
Because why do we have the weight on? Why am I shopping so much? Why is I smoke cigarettes, and why this? It's all up here. So I
I
think we
agree.
need to work on the mental condition of where our minds are, and
Hmm.
what we can do to help those things.
Yep, I
And I
agree.
think going to the gym, you know, finding and being around certain type of energy,
That'll do it.
and having somebody to talk to, and that they can trust, and that's major right there. Because
Hmm.
some people be at home, they don't have anybody to talk to. They
Yep.
don't have, and they
You can
trying to
tell those
figure.
people. Because soon as they
Huh?
get around, you can tell those people because soon as they get around, they're nonstop talk.
Yep.
And they'll talk about every and anything with you just to have someone to conversate with. And that is a clear sign of some kind of mental disorder
It is
or
something,
disconnection.
and a lot of people don't have that.
Yeah,
So then when you have a good friend that you can talk to, and not just talk to, but trust that, if I tell you this, don't you tell nobody, and then don't judge me.
hmm
A lot of us going through mental stuff that we're afraid to talk about because afraid of being judged,
yeah.
you
And
know.
that right there alone is one big major issue why people stay depressed because they're holding all that stuff in and then they want to talk to somebody and they got a fear of if I tell you and you tell other people they're judging me, they're looking at me, they're talking about me. Now you're using my pain and suffering as entertainment for you, and that makes it hard for people. I get it. I really do. I really do.
Yeah. Because I tell you, I used to, when I was younger, listen to other people's problems because it made me feel better. I'm like,
Wow.
man, I thought I had it, but I don't look at it like that. I look at it, okay, because this still me.
hmm
Because whatever you done went through, 9 times out of 10, I done touched it a little bit. I done been there, done that. At my age anyway.
Somebody, Kenya Ann said, "Good evening, ladies. Happy holidays. Happy holidays." April Williams said, "Hello, ladies. Hello, April." She said, this live was for me tonight. Oh, yeah. So you got something to say, baby. Go on and put it on the line. You can even join us on the air with us. I think the link is there. There it is. If you get on the link, you'll be able to join in and let's talk.
And
Mental
never
health.
and never be afraid, because I used to be. I
I
used
did.
to wonder how people I now let me tell you what, I don't give a damn. And when I say that, I mean that wholeheartedly. When I used to give a damn, I think my depression was even more, it was worse. Now that I just let go and I don't care, because I'm looking at that person that's trying to judge me like, yeah, right. Like you ain't been through
Like your
nothing.
life way better than mine.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
You're right
Your
about
shit
that.
stinks just like mine. I don't care.
You don't
Because
judge people. That's not what you don't supposed to judge nobody. Because how
yeah,
you gonna cast a stone at somebody and you living in a glass house?
right. Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I know I'm not perfect.
I know what it is. Mental. You can have some kind of mental disorder or disconnect with life if you think that everything you do is great and everything you do is 100% and that the next person who may not pick up something off the floor at this point but walk around it and get it later, you're thinking you're better than them. That ain't that. I don't believe it. I don't
And if
believe
you
that.
have
You know,
friends like that,
who
baby,
need
for
who?
2026, you need to let go of them. And I'm being 100 with you.
Yeah.
And you got friends like that who think that, like, girl, why you do that? Or why you no,
They
I'm
get
doing this
in
because
your
this is
way.
what I'm going through right now. Because I
Yep.
know 10 years ago, 5 years ago, and probably 10 minutes ago, you was doing something that mentally had you gone.
No, you better know it. You better
Yeah.
know it. But they ain't gonna
And
tell
and
it.
I think
They
and
ain't
I
gonna
think
tell you because they're embarrassed about it or ashamed or afraid.
yeah. And then a lot of, for 2026, like I think I had said this before on one of the our shows, where I take care of my mom, and I noticed that when she doesn't get her sleep, how it changes
Mm,
her thinking, and the way she responds and the way that she acts. So that right there was a clear sign to me that sleep matters. You
oh
have to
yes,
get you have to get your sleep in.
your
But
brain
a lot of us got
recharges
so
while
much.
you're sleeping. Your brain
Yeah,
recharges while you're
it
sleeping. You are a
rejuvenates.
zombie. Yeah, you will be a walking zombie with no sleep. I can't see how people do that. I gotta at least get me some sleep. You gotta get you some sleep. You
Yeah,
know, because you will be
going to
a
sleep at
zombie.
3 in the morning, and then them third shift people. Ooh, because
One person, Kenya Ann said, "Yep, I have one cousin whom I trust with my life, and one friend that I know will speak life into me every time. Amen. And that's one
Period.
thing too. We need people to speak life into us. When we can't lift ourselves up, be around people that's going to help you mentally and emotionally lift yourself up. You have to.
Yeah.
Because
And
you
you
stay stuck,
have to have that to
man.
happen. Somebody said, well, no, I don't need nobody to talk. Yes, you do. Because you sit there in your mind talking to yourself, trying to fix it yourself, and self don't even know what self is doing.
Mm-mm.
Self is in a
Especially if you ain't had no sleep.
right. And you already done got yourself in a quagmire, and now you're
Yes,
gonna talk to yourself. Well, self is gonna mess your ass up again. I'm just serious. I mean, we got to have somebody, I don't care who it is. And
producer.
thank God
I'm kind of
I still
fuzzy,
have my mom.
and I haven't touched anything. Nobody's here but me. I don't know why. Do I look fuzzy? I
Uh-uh.
was. I don't. I look
Mm-mm.
fuzzy on my end. I was just clear as day. It looked fuzzy. But anyway, but I remember you saying about taking care of your mom too. That you have to in your home. You wear many hats, and of these hats you wear, each person that wears this hat to take care of this thing has some kind of mental thing going on. Because
Absolutely.
like me, I'm in a mental state of mind when I'm writing. When I'm in a mental state of mind when I'm at work, when I'm at church, when I'm helping somebody do anything, when I'm even on the phone just talking to somebody, I'm in a mental state.
Hmm.
And my mental state may not be in a good place for that person. So sometimes it'd be best not to be on the phone with people or talk to them or just reset and
Yeah. Or
regress.
or making decisions, because we got people in high places that's just mentally that's low-key depressed, trying to make decisions for the city
Girl,
or the United States,
girl.
and they so messed up, and they so mentally just gone. But that you so busy trying to fix everything else when you yourself need fixing. And if you're not fixed, you're not making the right decisions for your community. You're not making the right decisions for the people of the United States. You're not
No.
making no kind of right decisions. But a lot of people are not focusing on their own mental self
Mental
and trying to
self.
make decisions for a whole encompass of people.
Hmm.
And
Did
that's
you?
crazy. And
I
we have to
posted
ride
something.
along with
Yeah,
it
I posted
because
something
we
the
don't
other
have
day
no choice.
about releasing the mental stuff in your brain. And it was like a March Aries and an April lady was being calm. And I look at that every day and laugh at it. And the April Aries was like, ah! And they said, are you okay? I'm a little messed up. And I feel like that. I feel like I'm messed up. But
And
I don't
what
know
did
how
the
I'm
March
messed
and what
up.
did the March Aries have? Because I'm a March.
She was like, when there's something in your mind, just let it out. Let all the sounds of your mind out. And they were going,
That's me.
and the April
But
Aries
some,
was going, everybody
but
calm. Then that's me for
but
you.
I'm borderline because I go and I'll be like, you know what? No, we're not gonna do that.
We all borderline or something. That's why, hey, that's another breakdown of a. Okay, so do you agree with this or not? Or what? Elaborate on it.
Okay.
When you're growing up and people in your family give you all these little nicknames, and these nicknames that you get come from an action or something you've done over and over that gave them this thought in their head, like, and give you a nickname. So all the nicknames that I have, I feel that each one of them has a different mental state of mind when it comes to life. Like when I was trouble, that nickname for me, I didn't. You said I didn't give a damn, and nothing mattered. Trouble's coming out, let her loose. You know, Then, I got Red. And then, Terra, TL, Monster, all these different things, with all these different nicknames that people have given you or you giving yourself. Do you feel that you become that person? You are that nickname? Do you think
Mhm.
so? I think so.
Well, absolutely, because um, I
Yes,
my,
it
my
really
my
matters.
nickname my nickname for high school. Anybody that know me, that went to Mount Morris High School. They called me Chicken. Chicken was my nickname because I ran like a chicken and I was just skinny like a chicken. But I lift weights and I did all of that. I was just a chicken. But in my mind, at some point, it had started to bother me. But I didn't. I just held it in, and I just had accepted that for my name, because everybody just called me that. Chicken,
Okay.
chicken. Hey, chicken, where you going? I just learned to accept it. But another part of me really didn't like it. But
Okay.
I understood why they called me that, because I ran
Okay.
like a chicken. But okay, I can accept that. But do I
I'm
like it? No.
clucking like a
Eh,
chicken and stuff.
yeah. But now my nickname is Crazy. Now go figure.
Crazy
Because
chicken.
I don't listen. I will embrace that one.
Oh, well,
And I'm gonna tell
I
you why. I embrace it because
I feel
I don't hold nothing in.
good
And
evening,
I don't.
Letha Deloney.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Letha Deloney said hello, good evening, everyone. So everybody's saying good evening.
Who said that?
Letha Deloney said good evening, everyone. Serenity Walker said mental health matters with a lot of asterisks. Um, Kenya Ann said, "Yep, I have." Oh, I've read that one. Uh, Stephanie, why do you let people speak that over you? Serenity asked that question.
Um, it's not that I let them. It's rather not do I accept it. I think,
Okay.
because I can't stop nobody from saying what they, or saying what they
True.
feel.
True.
I can't stop that, but I really don't let it bother me,
True.
because I know who I am.
Mm-hmm.
So once you know who you are, because if I allowed that to bother me, that would put me in a mental state.
Right.
And then
Right.
I'll find myself just really maybe losing it for real and being that
Right.
really crazy person.
That's
But I
kind of
know
like
who I
me.
am. And the people that really know me know that Stephanie gonna speak her mind. She gonna tell you the real. But at the same time, they gonna say, yeah, but she cares, she'll love you, all at the same time. So
Okay.
that's just like being a kid, right? And a parent is disciplining us, right? Well, it's okay to discipline, but you got to have that same parent to love you at the same time. Because I can accept your discipline as long as you show me love.
Right.
So
Yep.
that's me. I'm gonna tell you, and it might be in a firm or in a harsh. It could be even harsh, but just know that it comes from love, and it's something
Mhm.
that I feel real sincere about. So
Uh,
if I'm passionate about it and I'm saying it harsh because you're not listening or you're not understanding, just understand that I'm coming from love. So that's just like being a kid. You know,
right.
I'm a discipline. My mother disciplined, but she also told don't discipline me and don't show me no love. Now that's a
Right.
problem.
And said word curses. Like words when you speak it into existing,
Yes.
words can curse.
Yep. To the
And then
universe.
Miss Serenity said, okay, that's good. But you can say, don't call me that. And that's what you just said, basically.
Yeah.
Like me, my nickname Redbone Trouble. People still call me Trouble. People still say Redbone. Some people just say Red. Doesn't matter. But if I introduce myself to someone, or when I'm speaking to someone, I say my name is Terralisa. I learned that from my friend Margi. Claim it all back. Claim back what's yours. Don't let people speak words over you into your life to change you. And then like if you go to her and the guy say, "Hey, beautiful, my name is Terralisa, but thank you." You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Right.
I'd rather people acknowledge me for the person I am than what they think I look like.
And
That
sometimes
messes with some men too.
I like that. I like that because that give me my chance to explain to you why. If you feel like that, let me tell you why. Or if I even act like that at some time, let me explain to you why.
Mm-hmm.
So once I explain to you why, and you get the backdrop of that, maybe then get to know me and understand me.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
then
say
that
that all the
mental
time.
thing come in too, where just to the point where I don't even give a damn. You know, you can
Every
think
time you
what you
say that, I
think.
crack up now. Because it's almost like you said, you know what? I'm done with that.
I know, right?
You know, they're saying, frankly, my darling, I don't give it.
I don't give a damn.
That made me think, what was that from Gone with the Wind or some crap? I don't know.
Right.
But
But and even with that, a lot of times we say that, but a lot of times we really do, because you'll go home and be like, well, why in the hell did they say something like that? We go back into that reflection.
but
Even
that also drags on with the mental matter thing, because to me, if something affects enough to bother you enough that you take it home with you, it's going to affect your day. It's going to affect what you do next. It affects the way you cook, the way you talk to people after that fact. So I feel, what would you? I feel like we need a solution. We need to figure out how people can understand that I'm having a mental moment right now. All I need is space. I'm having a heartfelt moment right now. Before I break, let me do this. Sometimes you just need an extra outlet. You need that.
right.
And it's
And
hard to
that
do
and that
that.
and that goes back to in a relationship, right?
Hmm.
A lot of guys, we us women be like, well, we want to say, well, how come you can't answer me, or why can't you do this, or why? And they be like, man, I don't want to talk about it right now. We'll talk about it later. Just give me some break, give me some air. I get that. Because sometimes at that moment, they may not be in the same, and that goes both ways. They may not be in the same headspace as you are, so they may need a timeout, like timeout. Let me just go and think about this one. Let me get in a better mental space before we had this discussion. Because if you don't let me be in that good mental space, this relationship can go to hell or it can go to heaven. I don't know. But you have to give that person that space if they ask for it. Because I used to didn't do that. And then that was causing, and then you wonder why. But then now that I understand the mental aspect of a person just needing a space if they don't feel like talking about it right then, I get that. But it took me time to get to that space. Somebody say I want to talk about it. Okay, cool. Because when you want to talk about it and I don't want to talk about it, I need you to say cool. And I don't know what happened to Terralisa. But at the same time, I just feel like that 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 mental space right there, it just needs to happen. I think Terralisa, she fell off. She should be coming back on. But that mental space is very important in relationships. It's very important at the job, and with your coworkers, and all of that. Now managers, they might operate a little different, because then it just become power play at that point. But yeah, so I don't know. I just think working on self, and getting the mental um, relief, the rest, and all of that, it helps. And you have to get your rest so that you can have good days. And because if you don't, and you don't get that rest, you can't think properly. You can't go to work, and you can't go to work and be in a good state of mind when you're over people and stuff like that. It's crazy.
Uh, Kenya Ann said, yes, sometimes people need that space. I like to clear it up right then and there, but I also have the patience to give space. That's correct. Billy DeVille said, what happens when they never end of talking about it? Oh my. Well, Billy, I'm
Mm,
going to say this. If you talk about an issue or something that bothers you with the person that you're discussing this with, and they keep bringing it back up and bringing it back up and bringing it back up each and every time, then they're looking for confrontation with you. They're looking to get a rise out of you, or looking to disrupt your day, or however. I think at that point in time, it needs to be a cut and dry. Like, look, we discussed this. Is this the end of it? Can we break free from this? Because you said what you said, I said what I said, and this is where we are. So now we need to stop. But if it keeps going on, then I think that that might not be the right person to be conversating about whatever that was with at that time.
and let me say this: is It's another way to look at that too. If you telling a person that you constantly want to, they constantly want to keep talking about the same thing over and over, that means that person just cannot let it go. Maybe go back to it one more again. And sometimes you just have to break it on down. Or maybe what you're saying to them is not what they want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
That happens a lot. If I say something, if that's not what you want to hear, I'm sorry. And now we must move on. I can't spin this around no other kind of way. And if they keep wanting to go back to it, and then I've been in a situation personally myself. If I'm constantly just wanting to get clarification on something and they just don't want to do it at all, that means they don't they don't they don't give a damn. they,
That's word of the day. That's my
they
Stephanie
don't
word of the day.
they don't give a damn. Because if I keep having to say this and you keep spinning me to the left and closing shutting me down, they don't give a damn. They don't want to hear it. And that's that. Now, she said if they don't, what did she say? If they don't want to talk about it later, that means they done with it. They just done with it. And you can't change a person and you can't make a person do what you want them to do. So what you have to do is do what you need to do.
Mm-hmm. That's why I
And
said
if that same situation come up again and say, well, remember when I tried to talk to you about it, you never brought it up again? Well, there it is. That's that sweep under the rug situation. The dusting came
go
back
back.
out again. The dusting came back from out from under the rug. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about that dust because I tried to sweep it away and you didn't want to talk about it. The dust
Right.
is still there. And if it came back, that's your problem now.
So I want to review some things that I did look up about matter. So the what is matter? Matter has mass and it takes up space. So things that matter to you, filling your mind and it's taking up space.
Mm,
And then I put what is mental? Mental, anything related to the mind. So anything that comes across through your mind has its way of making you think or respond or react a certain way, which to other people may be mental. Then I went as far to say, okay, what are the states of matter? There are four states of matter. There's solid, liquid, gas, and plasma. For mental, there's so many areas of mental, but the main ones to focus on is mental health, mental illness, and mental toughness, which I'm is depression, because you're toughing it out through some things. As we grow older and wiser, and we learn more about ourselves, because trust me, I know how old I am, and I'm still learning stuff like, oh, I didn't know I could do that. Oh, I didn't know that mattered, that existed, or I still allow things affect my mind and my thoughts that really shouldn't even matter to me. It's taking away my energy.
a- absolutely.
It's taking away my thrive. It's taking away my stability. It's cut me off at the knees. And I have to realize that when we deal with people or we talk with people on a daily basis, just like Kenya Ann said, you got to have people that pour back into you, because we give so much of ourselves to really are undeserving of it, but we do it because of the kindness of our heart. But we still need people to pour back into us. And a lot of us allow our own, like Stephanie said, our own mental thinking and get in our way. And the next thing you know, here we are somewhere moping around, depressed, dragging our feet, don't want to get out the bed, don't want to go to work. All these things that affect you in your mind and your heart. We got to figure out a way to walk away from all of that.
Yeah.
Stop stressing, you
And
know.
and that's so true. But and I think too, I think what we eat sometimes.
Oh, yes. Billy
You
DeVille
ever
said,
had a
light.
brain fog? When you feel like you just can't get it together, and you
Mhm.
just cannot think things is not wiring up together,
Right.
um triggering off together, and your firing off together, your wires is not. That's brain fog. And I think eating the right proper food and having the right digestive system, because our bodies get toxic.
Ooh.
And if we're not going to the bathroom, flushing
And
ourselves out,
girl,
eating, eating the proper things, and putting the proper things into our bodies, then that has a lot to do with our decisions, the things that we do, and how we think,
I
and
said
all of
this
that.
a couple weeks ago. I said that. I said what
Yep.
we eat. Remember we talked about that. We was talking about New Year's resolution and things. But Billy DeVille, I hope I'm saying it right. DeVille, DIV.
I know Billy. Hey, Billy.
Okay. She said right. Kenya Ann said, my motto, my father taught me mind over matter, facts. And then Kenya Ann said, then it starts to spread to your body. So mental illness,
It
like
does. And you have to. I go to the African shop up there, and them ladies
on
up
Ballinger.
on Ballinger, them ladies keep. I've been using this soap on my skin, and this soap, when I tell you, it has detoxed my face, and now I'm starting to use it on my skin, my whole body, and I'm telling you,
I
and
use
I've
the
been
NUA
taking.
gel product and I'm looking real spiffy. Look how bright I
I
was. I do
guess
got a
you,
new camera. Thanks to
yeah,
my homegirl. I got a new camera, y'all. Y'all know I've been fussing about a camera. My homegirl went out and said, Merry Christmas, girl. Yourself.
yes,
And
thank you.
I love it. Thank you, Charlisa. Yep. Billy said, hey, Stephanie.
Hey,
So
girl,
yes,
I'm
thanks for
glad you
tuning
on,
in.
Billy.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. So,
Yeah. So go to that African shop up there.
oh,
Get
I
you they got everything that you need up there for your body. And because I had started feeling the brain fog, I had started feeling that. And I went up there and I talked to him, and she got me everything. When I tell you stuff,
Did
I'm
you
like,
go
am
in
I
and
for
tell
how?
her? Did you go in and tell
Huh?
them? Did you go in and say, I
Yeah,
need
you go in there and
this?
tell them what's going on with you, what you trying to do.
Okay.
And you want to she got a thing with all the herbs in it, and you make a tea out of it.
Okay.
And this tea is a whole body detox. And then she gave me the soap, and she told me I drink my tea, and then I bath in the soap. And when I tell you, man, I've been using it now for 4 days, and I started to feel it. And
Okay.
I because I had to go, I said, listen, I'm feeling the brain fog, and I feel like I'm toxic, because trying to use the bathroom regularly, eating those harsh foods,
With
and the
chemicals in them and
bloating,
dyes. Hmm.
and that stuff just sitting in your body. Just imagine
Do you
all
know
that stuff is just sitting.
beef sits in your body for about, I think it's 45 days. So just imagine if you ate a burger 3 days in 1 month. You got beef on beef on beef inside of you. You know,
All
it's
and this
days,
all
it's hard to
anything
break
that just
down.
sits there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sit like me, I
you
got
got
barber, which is my belly, the bloat and the goat. I mean, like I was doing sea moss, spoonful of it. That stuff was so awful, baby. Ooh.
no, but she got some sea moss. She has a sea moss juice. It's not as bad. It's a strawberry one, and it's really, really good. I can drink it, and I can't stop drinking it. So her strawberry sea moss is good. I've been doing all kind of stuff. I'm telling you, but I go up there every time I have a problem, and she knows. She says, "Stephanie, what's going on?" I tell her what's going on, and she give me everything that I need.
Okay.
And
I'm
and
gonna
I and I
check
just
that
think people need to start detoxing and make that a part of your New Year's. Start detoxing your whole mind, body, and so you can get your soul together. You got to.
out. You're gonna need a baker, mind, body, and soul.
Yeah, you got to detox your mind, take care of your body, and get your soul together, because that's that mental thing right there. And
That
I
that is
I
so
think that
true.
that is so important.
Yeah, I think it is. I think that like you eat to put the weight on, you have to eat to take the weight off. You can't just
Hmm.
starve yourself because then you be famished and you just eat. profusely,
And
you know.
they have a book out. I had bought it when I lived in Atlanta. I was working at this hospital in Atlanta, and I ran across, it was a doctor, and I ran across this doctor, and he told me I was having a hard time figuring out how to lose weight and how to eat, right? And actually he was a diet, he was coming through the dietitian,
Okay.
and he said, you know, Stephanie, they got this book called Eat by Your Blood Type. So it's called Eat by Your Blood Type, and I think it might be on Amazon too. And because everybody has different blood type, A, B, O negative, O positive, AB, you know,
True.
whatever your blood type, because O or can digest meat but can't digest pasta. B
Oh,
might be able to digest pasta and can't digest meat. So
I know
certain
that.
bloods can digest certain things differently. So once you realize what your body can digest, that's one way of starting out on how to eat and what to eat. Because you might be able to digest meat, a steak, and I might not be able to. That steak might just sit on my stomach. But for you, it might digest differently
And I
because
didn't
your
know it was
blood type
because of your blood type. That's
is
interesting.
different than mine.
That's interesting.
So once you learn how to eat by your blood type, and do a detox every now and then. Eat your vegetables and things that agrees with you,
Hmm.
not just because we like it and we eat it, knowing good and damn well that that ain't good for you,
Right.
you know, and you're gonna eat it anyway.
We all
Well,
do.
that's
I know I
doomsday,
do. Shoes. I
and
man,
we all do.
I
But
know.
there at some point in time, you're gonna get sick and tired, especially when you get 60. You know, when you get sick and tired of being looking and being like, this I can't keep doing this.
That's what I just said. We've been talking about this for the last few days now. I don't make New Year's resolutions, and I have not made one in, I'm gonna say, maybe 8 years. I haven't made a New Year's resolution.
Because do people really keep them?
Never done. Remember, I was saying that the last time I said people don't keep them. Um. Oh my God, Tommy boy. I don't even know if I want to answer that on air.
What is it?
Said,
What?
Terralisa, if you were ice cream, what flavor would you be? I have no idea. Superman,
Do they got a superwoman?
Superwoman, Batgirl, one of them. Uh, Kenya Ann said, "Listen to your body. I'm learning to. Me too. Me too.
Right.
Listen
But
to
go,
my body."
that Eat by Your Blood Type, that book is so deep. I lost mine when I moved here. And I keep saying I'm going to buy it. And that was one of the things that I said I'm going back to buy. Eat by Your Blood Type. And when you read that book, when I tell you it's going to blow your mind, because you're going to be like, what?
Girl, I need
Once
to
you
find out
learn
what
what
my
your
blood type is.
Once you
I don't
learn what
know.
your blood type is, get that book. And when I tell you, it had worked for me.
Okay.
It worked for me. And I stopped. I lost the book and I couldn't remember, you know, just
Okay.
going through my little mental things. I
Girl,
lost it,
you know,
moving.
so um, even though we all know that mental state matters, mental mind matters, mental all these things matter, to project a better mentality of our own life, our own well-being, we need to pay attention to our own habits and be responsible and hold ourselves accountable for the things that we do and don't do. Like, for one, I know I don't drink that much water. I really need to drink a lot of water. I don't. And then when I know my voice is deep, and when it's raspy and deep, and I be like, oh, I'm getting dry. But really, in reality, I probably am because I need more water. I'm not
Yeah.
drinking enough water.
And
I know
your body will tell you that. I'm getting ready to do a tear
that. And
Lisa in a minute.
uh-oh.
Dad, I get your baby.
For those that don't know, I had a mental moment breakdown. The body definitely communicate with you. I enjoy you, Queen Show. Tommy boy, we enjoy you. You've been one of our main followers from the beginning. not just this show, other shows. So we appreciate you and your silliness that you do on the show. It makes me laugh. It really does. I don't
Yeah,
really label her
he
ice cream.
crazy.
I will tell you that I
He
was
crazy.
because I don't know your
He's
response.
that he
I
crazy.
don't know what your response is going to be. So I'm just going to leave it at cold. Cold. That's my, my I don't know.
That
I don't
camera
know.
got you looking awful bright there, girl.
That's what I said in that MUA jock that juice
Is
on
that
my face.
wait? What is that that she got that you bought that make your face look like clear like that? Cause I
Her
use my
her
huh?
that cream that face wash stuff that I bought from her.
Okay,
Yep. Yep. And I only use it once.
you must have just used it, cause girl, you damn
Yeah.
near look like a ghost.
In the winter though, I do light up. I will say that I look white in the winter. Let me see if I turn the light down. Did it tone me down? Nope. I'm still light bright.
You still like okay. We're gonna have people need to get some of that, her product, cause that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, right here is bright anyway too. I'm pretty bright anyway, but that stuff really did it. And like now, like I was feeling all dry and wrinkly. Now I look all shiny and I don't know. It look all
It
right.
looks yeah fresh,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah.
And
Rejuvenate. And I've
getting
been
your
drinking some
body,
water. I'm
and that
drinking
makes
water.
you feel better, right? So when
Yep.
you get yourself together and you're looking cute and men looking fresh with their hair, they bald head being smooth or they braids, their locks is locking, and that make you feel better. And that helps your mental. So you know you coming out with a nice smooth cut, shave, your bald head glycerin. You come out of there be like you might have a bad day, but damn it, you looking good.
They give a damn.
They give a damn. They give a damn. You
Every
giving a damn,
time.
you is giving a damn. And that's a good thing.
Oh man. Tommy, you weak in the knees. I hear you, boyfriend. I hear you. I hear you.
You is giving a damn. So you got to keep yourself up, and that's a part of that mental thing. Eating right, drinking more water. I know I'm getting ready to hit that gym. I'm getting ready to hit that water and stay my butt up
What
there
you
on
mean hit the
Ballinger.
water? Swimming?
That too. Yep, because they have the water aerobics at 8 and 11 at the Y. So
Okay.
I do my water aerobics. I'm getting ready to start back doing that, drinking my water
I did.
and staying my butt up there on Ballinger, keeping my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So my
I did that.
focus, and I got to keep this as a New Year's resolution,
All
is to
right, now I'm
keep
gonna
my
hold you to it.
mental right
I'm
because
gonna hold you to
I
it.
yeah, I'm pleased too because I feel like sometimes I just be losing it and I can't, and it's all not taking care of yourself. You cannot be in denial and you're sitting up there eating a bag of chips at home, holding on to the remote control with one hand, got your hand in the bag of chips with a Pepsi on this nightstand, and then I got this cigarette in my mouth looking stupid.
I just
And
really
I'm
eat all
thinking
this candy.
that cannot that behavior
Yes,
that
it
that
has to
that
stop
that mental behavior cannot continue on in 2026. It just
because
cannot.
what's going to happen is with this mental behavior that we keep repeatedly doing over and over and over and over, it's going to start messing up the matter, which is our mass, our inside, our body, our mental thoughts,
Doesn't matter.
our everything. You're going to wake up one day and be like, oh my God, where did the time go? And be crying and upset, don't even know why you cry. I know I'm not moving. Okay, that gotta be George. Okay, because I thought I was tripping.
What happened?
My whole background keep going. I said
Oh,
I
do
gotta be.
it.
Yeah, it must be the producer. He doing something. I don't know. But
Blame the producer.
yeah, girl, I ain't touching nothing. That camera ain't moved, and I can see the things moving around. Um, Tommy Boy said, "Please stop, dry snitch, and stay out of my business." And the host said, "Oh, okay." Not
Yeah,
me. I don't know.
eating. You know, we at home
He
and
said, "Stay out
and
this
doing
business."
these type of things and we scratching and your butts and balls.
like breaking out and stuff. And girl,
Yeah.
but
And then you
also,
wonder why the next morning you get up and you feeling that brain fog and you feeling like you get ready to have a bad day because your stomach is bloated and you feel like you need to go sit on the toilet for an hour and ain't nothing happening. And then now you mentally just messed up. I'm
yeah,
telling you,
Kenya Ann
people might
said,
think I'm playing, but I'm dead. Listen,
look, Kenya Ann said, don't call me out, Miss Stephanie and Tara. I had because I decided to live on the edge tonight. Well, you know what, Kenya Ann, live on the edge, honey, but don't let that mental matter and mess you
and
up
go
because
get
that
and
does
listen,
matter.
go get you some boiled eggs and snack on a boiled egg and a bottle of water.
And a piece of toast. Look,
And, and a
my
half a piece of toast.
homegirl daddy told me, he said, eat 2 boiled eggs, all you need to live. Tommy Boy said, I thought it was because of my ex. Oh, he said, please stop dry snitching because of his ex. Oh, Stephanie got that. I didn't. Okay, I don't know. Okay, Tommy Boy. Uh-oh, it's getting thick. It's getting
No,
thick. That's what the
no.
sassy is about, clocking it. But Kenya, look, Kenya Ann, if you eating your chips and you want to live on the edge and you drinking your Pepsi,
Add a
I just
boiled egg to
got one
that.
question. How big is the bag of chips and how big is the bottle of Pepsi? Because
Now
if you
that's
just got
true,
four,
Terralisa. Now why
huh?
you playing? It
What
ain't what you eat,
is how much of it?
is how much you eat and how you eat. So we
She
can,
said, I got my ginger tea and leafy greens. That's good. That's a good way to start.
yep, yep. So start the new year out with y'all teas, y'all water, your health, whatever you do to get your mind right, because
Yeah.
that's a big part of it.
Yeah.
Getting our bodies and our minds and eating right, putting the right
Get some
things in it.
rest.
And I'm gonna tell you what else it is too. Getting the bad people, the bad toxic relationships, that's just as bad as food.
Mm-hmm.
Get them whatever you don't need in your life, start getting it out of there. Them
Look,
bad relationships,
get them gone.
don't come into 2026 being mad. No.
Look, Tommy Boy gonna say, Kenya Ann said, I got my ginger tea and leafy greens. Tommy Boy said, Kenya, I got my gin and weed too.
Now see, the weed is gonna give you the munchies. Now the weed, then you wonder why the people with the weed sitting at home at night with
Bunch it
some
away.
now laters, a bag of Skittles, some chips, and what else they eat, Jayla? What else they eat?
Some
Jayla here
funyuns. They
cracking
eat
up.
some funyuns and some funyuns.
You
Oh,
got your bag of Skittles and all of that. That's not mentally right.
yeah,
That's
but
not going.
everything you said is perfect. You eat to keep your mental status together. And Kenya Ann said, Tommy, I quit alcohol. Pot was the better choice, and I quit that years ago with pork. And
With
he said
pork.
it's called a detox.
Did she say pork?
Mhm. She
No
stopped
pork.
eating it years ago. Pork
Uh-uh.
gave me a headache,
Oh man.
but I
Y'all
eat the
don't
same
even want
thing.
to. I got stories about pork, and y'all don't want to hear it because I grew up on the farm, and my grandfather we used to kill the pigs, and he used to put them on a tree, had two trees on a stick
Stretch 'em
and
out.
burn them, and then they cut them up before we cook them. My grandmother, y'all don't even want to know what was on the inside of a pig.
I do.
Mm-mm. It's
Yeah,
nasty.
people eat the pig.
And
The
I'm
reason
gonna tell you what, the cow, because we had cows too. And if well, I can remember the cow meat was cleaner. It looked cleaner and brighter than that pork meat.
Yeah, they
On
say that
the inside of the pig,
it's
if
black.
you look at the inside of a pig and the inside of a cow, totally different.
It's black.
Y'all don't even want to know.
Mm.
So when you eat that pork, y'all need to put some vinegar, soak it in vinegar, and put some and scrub it with some lemons.
Tell me, boy,
The
what
Haitians taught me that in
is,
Atlanta.
huh?
And when
They
I
call,
lived in Atlanta, I used to work with some Haitians.
oh,
And the Haitians, yep, they said, Stephanie, I see you eat pork because I was bringing some pork to, I would cook like pork chops. I see you eat some pork. But if you're eating pork, soak it in vinegar and rub it and scrub it in lemons. It'll get all that impurities out of it. They don't eat pork, but she told me because I used to eat my coming there with my pork chops
I eat bacon
and yep,
and
and bacon.
sausage, and every once in a while I might eat a bone of a rib. But other than that, oh, and I'll eat string it to a chitlins. Other than that, I won't eat no pork, and that's enough
Now
right there.
you really, ooh, I remember the chitlins coming out there. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Oh, Stephanie, all you pork eaters out there, Stephanie just did turn everything around. Woo.
I did.
Your aunt said, my next journey is no meat. Oh, I've seen too much.
Absolutely.
Plus, my body performs better without it. I was just talking about that. I'm telling you. And mental fog is cleared. Because of that, I'm telling you, I believe you. I believe you. I believe you. It is
Yeah,
what we eat. I just said this last week or two. I said we need to be careful about the things that we eat and put in our body because some of that medicine that them doctors is giving you that interact with that meat and stuff is what make it crazy on the inside and messing with people's mind.
yeah,
Girl, I gave up alcohol myself. I still have the fog. I don't have that mental issue waking up in the morning like, where is everything? What did I do?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Or just waking up pissed
Feel
off.
a ham with clothes. He said, "Do you know why they feel?" Tommy Boy said, "Why they fill the ham up with cloves is to take the poison out." I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
So you mean to tell me not only is they cloning food,
yeah,
'cause I believe most of that meat is cloned, they are feeding food that has impurities in it. Of course, that's why you better pray over everything you eat. But they're knowingly giving you this, and people putting stuff in it to take the poison out, just like
yeah.
shrimp. Why? Okay, they say you got to peel out that the vein out of the shrimp. What is that vein? Whatever it is. If you eat that, you can get sick, die, blah blah blah, whatever.
Well,
Why?
that's the feces.
Yes. So why every time that I see shrimp from wherever, if I look at it enough, it's got that black line. And so they feeding that to us and not taking it out.
Well, then that means you don't need to eat there no more because that means that they're not deveining them. That you have to
Exactly.
devein those things. You devein them because that's where the feces is. That's not like their intestine. It's real little, and
Yeah.
that's nothing but excuse me shit. I'm sorry, and
Hmm.
you eat that. So a lot of people, if you see that, that means that they're not cleaning it. and
Wow.
and and, and all of this that we talking about, it has everything to do with our mental state. Sometimes I'm getting ready to do the Terry.
And Kimmy
Damn,
even said,
why
yes,
is
you
she
be
back
mad.
there?
Yes, you be mad for no reason. And that's why they say people be BS and full of shit is because you literally full of it because that stuff is in your body just sitting there activating with everything else you pouring in you. Yep.
Yes, absolutely.
Bang. That's right, Tommy boy. Yeah, I'm
And,
telling you.
and, and once we start, and I think once we start doing that, and then getting our relationships together, and our family ships together, our friendships together, and
Yes,
getting that all together, I think people around here will be in a better mental state. I read so
they
much
will.
on Facebook because it was something that triggered me about this, and I couldn't remember about this mental stuff because it's just so much going on. It's just crazy on how people is just really losing their mind and taking lives now. And I have no
Oh,
understanding of that.
so you agree? I hear what you're saying, and I agree with you that some of these people they're killing their girlfriends and kill themselves, or killing their boyfriend and kill themselves, or killing their mom and dad and then walk out here like nothing's wrong. Obviously, there's something wrong. There's a disconnect somewhere, and they either lost hope or somebody just ain't been paying
Well,
attention to them being crazy.
just like the one son just killed his mom and daddy, the actor, and he killed his mom and dad.
Yeah,
They say
Rob
he had
Ryan.
just yep, he had just previously gotten diagnosed with schizophrenia.
Who the boy?
So I want to know, and I wish it was a doctor or somebody, what causes you to get to the schizophrenia point? And here it is, they got money, everything that they need, and maybe it was too much, and maybe it was too much for them to deal with. I
Well,
don't know what got him to that schizophrenia
I don't
point.
know. But Kenya Ann said, I agree so much. Mental health is ignored too much and needs to be confronted.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
But let
Absolutely.
but let me say this: back in the 80s, it's the 80s, the early 80s, late 70s, they used to have a mental hospital in Ann Arbor. They did away with all the mental facilities. I think it's one down there on Flushing Road. I'm not for sure how they
I know what
operate,
you're talking about. It used to be there right there. And on
but
Fifth Street.
and I think they got rid of that one. They have, I don't know if they, but I know they've downsized
Purge.
and getting rid of certain aspects of the mental facilities. And it's been going on since the early 80s. I think that they need to bring those back.
Yeah.
These people are walking around here knowing that they know that they got problems and knowing that they don't have nowhere to go for no help. They thinking you can go see a psychiatrist, you can go see whoever you want to see. But is that enough to get you out of the situation that your mind is in to get you back stable?
Mm-mm.
I think just like being addicted to drugs and you need to go to a rehab, some people can you do a 30-day. Some people need to go away for a year. They got facilities all over in Arizona, in Ohio, or I think it's Ohio, Indiana, where you can go and stay 6 months to a year.
Yep.
You need to go somewhere where you are properly getting the right help. But they have did away with all these mental
Oh.
facilities and everything that they had for people. People wasn't really running around here crazy like that.
No, no. They
They
had
wasn't
places
because
for them.
they listen. They ship them right down there to Ann Arbor. Trust me, I know. They ship them right down there to Ann Arbor.
Tommy Boy said, I'm starting the new year. I'm definitely going to cleanse myself of all toxicity. He also said it's now the old Baker College now. So the old Baker College is the mental place you were talking about. He said they
Oh,
moved
is
out of
it?
there.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
That's
it's not as
crazy.
big as the one in Ann Arbor. I mean, and I think it was down there somewhere. That was a big facility. I
Yeah.
mean, where you can really go and family can come and visit
And
you.
visit
And
you. Yeah. So
yeah, it was
they do that
ran
for alcoholics.
like a hospital.
They do that for alcoholics.
Yeah, it was ran like a hospital. See, I think down there at Baker, I don't think you can spend the night. This is where they had it where you could spend the night down there and stay for a while till they felt like you was back on track or where you needed to be.
Kenya Ann said insurance is the issue with the about the mental stuff. I
Yeah.
believe I agree. And that's why they need to have a separate insurance just for that. Especially like when you got these veterans that served for us and these people who okay, say like somebody says about a doctor. I heard this, I forgot who said it. If a doctor's performing a surgery all the time and his patients keep dying and everything he's doing, they're dying and failing, or they work at a nursing home and all your patients keep dying, that messes with your mental thoughts. It changes you.
Well,
And
because the doctors are becoming alcoholics and they're getting on drugs
yes.
because oh, I know what it was. That's what it was. That police officer that Tanya
Oh,
Burns was
yep,
on,
yep, yep, yep.
that was on Facebook talking about.
Mhm.
Prime example. These young boys, men, trying to get a job to support their families, and with not knowing what these jobs are, these police jobs are entailing when they get out here in the field, the things that they come across and have to see. A lot of people say, "Oh, they need to do this." No, that y'all. She either talked to the guy or no, that guy has seen some traumatic things, had then ran across some dead somebody that had died, people that he knew personally. Imagine you know somebody personally. You get the call, you go on the call and see this person wrapped around a pole on the ground or whatever it is. Y'all don't think that that's gonna mess them up mentally? They human.
Yep.
So now you go to alcohol and you drink it like, oh my God, I can't deal with this. I need an outlet. So when that becomes your outlet because you don't have the insurance to go to get the right help that you need while I'm taking on this job, because if I go there, they might put me on medical leave.
And then
I don't
that's
need,
your money. Yep.
yep, now I can't pay my bills.
Yep.
And
Tommy
now,
Boy
but
said, he said it's a big one in Pontiac. I guess a big mental health building.
okay, so it might be, I'm hoping it's still in Pontiac
He
because they need
said,
to come here and they need to come to Flint and do a sweep.
yep. He said government funding and laws have changed. True. It's no longer a must on the ballot. And that is so, that's indignant that they don't realize that mental health needs to be on the ballot. Kenya Ann just said training isn't long enough. True. They need to have trauma informed trainings to
Yes,
prepare them for the things that they will have to deal with in the field. Absolutely.
period.
Absolutely.
Yes. And I
Yeah.
think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Tanya had mentioned that too. Because this guy here, they say he's a good guy. He it's just unfortunate that once you've been on a job and you didn't got traumatized off of the things, because they preparing you physically. They got you running, jumping, and doing all that. Give me some mental health. Tell me what I'm really getting ready to go through. Make sure I'm mentally sound for this job, not
Yep.
physically.
Yep. Tommy Boy said that that did happen to the officer. He got a call to go to a house where a young man had hung himself.
See that right there.
You know
That
that Netflix movie called The Ed Gein Story? Did you watch that?
uh-uh.
So that was about mental health issues. Everything that that guy went through allegedly, they took it and made movies like Psycho, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Ted Bundy took something off the book of Ed Gein, and there was one more other one where he his life story what he did. They made movies off of it.
Really.
They took his girl that show was crazy, but he found out he was schizophrenic and he was
See?
doing stuff and he didn't realize he was doing it, but he was doing it in a physical state, but his mental wasn't there. And his mama, believe it or not, like on the movie Psycho, you remember Psycho? You remember Norman Bates was talking to his dead mama like she was alive all the time?
Yeah.
Again was doing that too. That's how they made Psycho off of his life story. And his mom messed him up where she wouldn't allow him to be with girls. He liked girls, but he didn't know how to talk to them. He was
Yeah.
kind of off. You gotta
Yeah.
check that show out. It's crazy.
So
It made
and, and
I felt sad, angry. I cried. I was upset, but then I was overwhelmed with the knowledge of what the TV, this show put out about this man, about his mental. It made me question some of my mental thoughts, what I'm doing, what I say. So if y'all haven't watched it out there, check it out. Check it out. Check
what's
it
the
out.
name of it again?
The Ed Gein, Gien or Gein story,
Okay.
and it's on
I'm gonna
Netflix.
I'm gonna I'm gonna check it out
Yep.
because before you even get to the psycho thing, I think it's signs there. And I think even the parents and they be in denial about their children when they're going through emotional things at school and
Yeah.
their behavior, because that's where it started. And I think they be in denial about it. Then when they get 16, well, my son just did this, and then now they 20 years old killing somebody. Well, y'all see, it had to be something.
Yep.
You need to go through their room, go, turn your phone in. Let me see what you're doing.
Girl, that's the one thing. Okay, we were a while ago back when I did the 810 event with Erica Bree. Shout out to Erica Bree for bringing that back to Flint. And that young lady lost her life, unfortunately. We were talking about the violence of children and how they become this way based on their surroundings, right? And then one of the persons said, how can you tell if your kid is involved with gangs or on drugs or whatever? And it was this post just happened to pop up, and it was this person's hand. They had their all the nails was down except for the pinky nail. The pinky nail was longer. I said, well, that's a clear sign that they're on cocaine. And then there was another image of them slurring and doing stuff. Oh, he been drinking. Then there was one with their eyes itty bitty low and everything was like, yeah, dragged out. They're probably high for pills or weed. So
And sleeping all the time and
they're
being
sleeping all the time.
tired.
When we see these signs as parents or grandparents, we have got to start stepping in. We
But you know why they don't?
they scared.
Be- no, that's one of them. Because we too busy as adults going through our shit that we go through till when we going through it, now we got kids and we can't even focus on what they going through, thinking because they're kids, they don't have stress. Kids are stressed out just like we are. But we are so worried, you know, about what we got going on in our relationships and the mama chasing the man then gone crazy and left the mama because the mama is worried doing this and then now damn the kids and I'm gone. So, now the kids, now she don't want to have nothing to do with the kids because now she working 12 jobs and she ain't got time. Now the kids taking care of themselves.
Yep.
I've
Well,
lived
that's a
next door
mental
to.
challenge. That's a mental challenge in its own as well. That's a mental challenge. Um, I've always was taught this
Absolutely.
by my mentor. The three C's. The three C's of life: challenge, choice, and change. And no matter how you toss it up, you can whatever there's a challenge, it's going to make you come up with a choice, and that choice going to cause a change. Whenever you make a change, it's going to become a challenge. It's going to make you have to make a choice. Anytime you have a challenge, you're going to change, but that's going to make you got to come out with a choice. Anything you do, challenge, change, and choice. Those are the three C's you have to live by. Hold yourself accountable, but also when you're mental matters, it really does. And the littlest kids, you got kids. Look at the Kayla Rose story and Dietrich Owens. This guy has been living his whole life as everybody see him. Oh, that's the boy that shot the 6-year-old girl at school at Buell Elementary years ago.
Oh, yeah.
I had the opportunity to talk with that young man as an adult. And he said to me, and I wish I can reach back out to him, but I don't. I know some people that know him, but I'm not going to bother him like that. But I am going to say this. I had the opportunity to talk to him. And his biggest thing was he don't want to do interviews or deal with people, talk to people because he's tired of everybody making a story about that little girl. He's sorry that what happened to her. He was remorseful about it. But the thing is, the little girl came to school every day, tormented him,
Yeah.
bullied him, stuck him with pencils, all these things because she was going through mental matters at home with her abuse from her father. So she
Yeah.
hurt people, remember that.
Yeah.
So everything she did to inflict him, the time came, yes, a gun got taken to school, and yes, this little kid, in his words, somebody had to help him do it because he was too little to pull it, right? So he wanted me to think of something to write about him without talking about her. And I told him the story will be about you. And I told him the name of the story would be Dietrich Owens, the child behind the trigger. I wouldn't mention nothing about her. And that title gave me chills. And that young man started giving me information that I was writing notes down. But for whatever reason, he just went cold because I think it opened more wounds or it made him really rethink about his life because he's trying to change. He grew up from that. So now he's going through mental challenges because of an issue that
Mhm.
could have easily been avoided had somebody did something. A teacher, That's why I get mad when my grandbabies come home and say kids are calling them names and poking them and doing stuff. You are in the classroom. You got a teacher's helper, right? Most teachers have teacher's helper. So why ain't nobody paying attention to this going on?
Well, that's because the teachers is not really teaching no more because
They
the,
don't
the
care. They don't give a
some of the teachers are really for real I was a substitute teacher, and let me tell you something. They was twerking in my class. They was doing all kind of stuff in my classroom. But in Miss Winfrey's classroom, Miss
Bullying.
Winfrey,
Yes.
it was a problem. But if a teacher is really not paying attention and applying the rules and giving rules and abiding by them, it just does. The teaching don't even matter. They come in there to have fun.
Girl, and get a paycheck.
Well, the kids come to have fun, and the teachers don't give a damn no more.
Most of them don't. They're there for a paycheck. Because guess what? Those teachers, those same teachers that's watching them kids twerk in class, learning lessons from them. Like, oh, show me that girl. Let me go out and do this myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, grandmothers are a thing of the past. I'm a grandmother, but I'm not the grandmother my grandmother was. Um, I can only go off of what I was taught by her as a grandchild. And I can only go off of what the respect I gave my grandmother, how I want my grandbabies to respect me. That's
Yeah. I'm not like my grandma. I'm a grandmother too, and I run. I go shut the door and turn up my TV. Bye. Cause I be like this.
You have to get
Stop!
your pistol together,
You have
girl.
to stop.
So, Stephanie, I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, in all the adult years of your life, um, going through different phases and challenges, trials, tribulations, ups and downs. At what point did you realize that you were allowing yourself to become a part of the, I don't want to say a problem, be a part of something that you could have easily controlled? How did you let yourself get involved with some of the things that we know we should run away from? I'll answer it too, but I'm just asking you, how,
Mm-hmm.
in all the things you've been through, what was that? Okay, that's what I should say. What was that one thing, that breaking point that made you say, you know what? I can't keep allowing this to happen.
Um, I think I think my narcissistic abuse relationship is it for me. Even though I was married the first time for 20 years, I think, something like that. But I was young getting married. I got married, I think I was 2019, going on 20, something like that. And we stayed married for a long time. I we gave each other a pass on that because I think we was young and didn't know what we was doing and didn't understand life to the fullest. We was learning life.
Okay.
But I think moving forward, um, I think it was my narcissistic relationship, which was mentally challenging for me.
Well, for me, when I knew I really had to do better for myself and not keep allowing things to happen, was I thought, let's just say I thought I was in a good bonded relationship with someone. Um, they never acknowledged me as their lady, their woman, or their girlfriend in certain places around certain people. And
Mm,
I was allowing that because I'm like, oh, well, I got a lot of love for them. And, I don't mind being with them. But it was always one excuse after another why I couldn't be in the same place with you at the same time. Or it
mhm.
was always,
You told me about
let's,
this.
let's just
Yes.
go home and just stay at the house. I'm like, am I want to be stuck up in a house? I want to get out and do stuff. It's the summertime. Why we can't go somewhere? Why we can't, and then it got to the point where I started really thinking like, is it me? Am I doing something? It started messing with my mental thought. Like I'm doing something that's making this person not want to acknowledge the love that I'm giving them. So it made me feel a certain kind of way. And after that last time that happened to me, I was like, you know what? I feel like I'm crazy. I must be lost my dang on mind because I care about somebody that's just clearly showing me that they don't even care. But now to this day, all those ones still want to call me. Okay, fine, let's talk. We can chill. We can kick it on the phone and talk. But don't come at me as if my life ain't the one that you tried to destroy and break my heart. Don't do that. Don't play with my intelligence like that, because I'm not that weak-minded person I was several years ago.
Absolutely. So with that being said, so you have to learn how to completely let go and not answer those calls
Yes,
anymore, because
yes.
that clearly is a trigger. Secondly, how do are you moving forward?
Hey,
Um,
nephew, I hear you.
how are you moving forward, or how are you dealing with other potential or dating? Is that a thing for you
Anything
to
else
feel
for you?
like, well, if a person feel like they don't want you around, or they don't want to do certain things, is that a trigger for you moving forward in your dating life?
Well, the whole thing triggered my dating life. I'm to the point now, I'm waiting on God, the Lord, to guide my footsteps and send that person to me or guide me in that path. Because to go backwards, never. I'm never going backwards. I'm never going to try to rekindle something that I gave all of myself to a person.
Mhm.
I'm not going to ever do
Well,
that again.
the reason
So,
why I say that is because we can personally interfere with someone that God could send to, say for instance, God do send you that person. That
and
person,
I
however,
would never take that baggage. No, I'm never going to
no,
take
no,
that
no,
old
no.
baggage with
That
me.
person, however, is not going to be perfect, because there's only one perfect,
Mhm,
that's Jesus, right?
mhm,
So, of
mhm.
course, even though He has sent that person to you, that person is not going to be perfect, but it may be some triggering things that person might bring to you that might trigger something from the past, but that should not be uh, a cutoff or a no dealer.
Right.
I think that should be a different person, and
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, little bear.
that's a different person, and that person is should be handled with differently.
Exactly. And I agree. I'm all
Mhm.
for that. I'm definitely all for that. But when I say I won't go backwards, I'm saying that the people that I gave my all to, that I really tried to be in their life, and now they're trying to come back at me like, and it's like a few of them, and not just one, there's a few of them. And
As a matter
I'm
of
very
fact,
nice. I'm very nice and I'm very patient and I talk to them, but I don't feel that part of me still exists with them anymore. Like I want to be in your space or I want to be a part of your life. No, because when I gave you my all and I tried to do that, you pretty much dumped on me. You kind of like, made me feel a certain kind of way. But here's the thing, like you said, if somebody else came my way and they had those things that may trigger or make me remember something that someone else did, the very first thing that I would do, oh, here we go. Let me close my door. Is basically here, Stephanie.
well, my thoughts on that is
That
somebody.
I would do, the first thing I would do is make sure that I let them know, look, I've been on this road before. This has happened to me before, but I can't do this. If this is how it's going to be, we're going to have to figure out something. We're going to have to work it out. I think I lost my co-host. I saw her doing something with the phone. Well, I'll read some of the comments that I have. Bullying causes trauma. Amen. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Um, Definitely, Tommy Boy said, and that was Kenya Ann that said bullying causes trauma. Tommy Boy says, definitely trauma, definitely a mental issue, and he has to keep playing that unfortunate event over and over again. That is so true. And Kenya Ann said, great question. Tommy Boy says, I'm not like my granddad. He was a shrieker. Tommy Boy, you was a mess. Hey, aunt, hey nephew, how you doing? um Tommy Boy also said, don't even worry about that. I'm going to show you how a real man treats a queen. Sweetheart, I need you to cut them off, period. I have. It's all good because a nurturing man will assist you with them issues. And Kenya Ann said boundaries. Yes, boundaries are important, very important. And producer, I don't know if you can hear me, but did I lose my co-host? I know we're a little over our time. Oh, there you are. I can't hear you though. I can't hear you. There we go.
Okay.
Oh, you got some food now, girl. Is that corn you was telling me about earlier?
Mm-hmm. Come
Okay.
on.
So,
But
basically, I was just
I was
reading the
just
comments.
asking you that. I was just wondering.
Yeah. No, I don't think I will take it with me. Um, because I want to be an open-minded, fair person, and I don't think that old baggage needs to be traveled with you. I want to let God, and let that baggage go. I don't want. So that's why I say I would never go backwards. I would never. But I'll
Somebody
be
sent
cool
me
with you. We can be friends. But
somebody sent me something, and it was a thing saying you're never supposed to go back to an old love that became your ex, that they became your ex for a reason.
mhm.
And once we dive back into it, and you wonder why you're still having the same old issues that you had before, because apparently you two are not meshing, you're
Mhm.
not compatible, you're not vibing on a mental level together, and it's best just to stay away from it, and maybe trying to meet, maybe possibly being friends if you can. If not, no.
Yeah.
And I
And I
land
don't
on
mind being
that.
friends. I'm going to be friends because that's the type of person I am. I'm not I don't hold grudges. You know, I know how to let it go. I just feel like it's a waste of time for a person to feel like I'm not understand how, in my case, I I'm not a liar, a cheater, or a thief. I don't understand how a man that I was involved with can look me in the things and then turn around and act like I exist, and then years down the line come back and talk to me as if you never did anything that hurt me. Because I ain't never did nothing to hurt nobody. Never.
Well, I don't think, and not making no excuses. I That goes to that saying that why bring up the past? Why if you're gonna be friends, let it go.
Yep.
I don't think it's the fact that they feeling like they know what they did.
Exactly.
And I don't think it's the fact that they not knowing what they done. It's just the fact that we're older. If we're gonna be friends, let's just let that go and
Yep.
start on a new leaf of friendship, not partnership, but maybe
Correct.
a friendship.
Yep.
But in order to do that, and them not bringing up the fact of what they did to you, and not why do that? Because
Yeah. I
now
don't want to relive it.
you're rehashing it, and it's gonna trigger the friendship.
Yes,
So it's
true that.
best that as time move on, just hey, it is what it is. I mean, that'd be like, me and my first ex. I mean, we cool. I mean, I can't go back and keep thinking about what happened and all that. That was years ago. We
Hmm.
can move forward. We
Yep.
can laugh, talk, and not even worry about that now. Because what point is it?
It's
So
no. It's
if you
no
want to
fun.
be
It's
friends,
all
be
mental.
friends and make the
It's
best
all
of
mental
it.
at that point. Kenya Ann said we can't go back to what broke us to fix us. And you just was saying that absolutely.
You can.
Absolutely. You cannot.
Yeah,
So
because now, but
it's time to let
and
it go,
even for me,
ladies and men. Time to
for being
let
friends with that,
it go. It's a lot of men.
I can't be friends now. My two baby daddies, we cool. That them exes like the other, no, I can't go back to. I don't even want to be friends. I'm good with that. I don't need. Okay.
But
Some
did
things
but
you
did
just got to know when you got to completely let it go.
so the same question you asked me. So because of the narcissist relationship and the other things that broke you or got to you, when you move on to your next endeavors or next person, how do you react to them if they bring up some of the things that remind you of the narcissist person?
Well. Let me tell you this: dealing with coming out of a narcissistic abusive relationship is totally different. They're different type of a species. Let's say that. I'm telling you, they not operating off of the same human being operandos that the normal man is working off of. No, ma'am. So when you dealing with that, you got to go cold turkey. I got to become a virgin all over again.
Ooh.
I and I did. I'm celibate for 2 years. I don't want. I didn't want to deal with it. I'm done with it. You have to completely heal from that. You have to completely go through a toxic detoxification all over, because that soul tie is real.
Ooh.
That soul tie is real. And when you know you got that, you have to detoxify
Mm.
your
Can you
mind,
see my nostrils
your
spreading?
body,
That's
and your
real.
soul. Yes. So
They're not human at all. Tommy boy, you gotta read what you said when she come back on and tell her they're demons. That's right. They're not all. I think anybody that thinks that you're superhuman or getting away with things that you do to hurt other people, I think you're wrong. You're not getting away with it. You may have been able to mask it for a while and cover it up, but you're not getting away with it. And when it comes back, it's going to come back really hard. And that's going to mess up your mental state of mind. I just feel like as a if you don't want someone, you tell them. If you don't want to be in a relationship, you let them know. Stop doing relationship things when you don't want to be in a relationship. Stop
period.
stop telling people you love them when you really just like them. Stop trying to change their lives when you know you're not going to be in it. Don't do that.
Well,
And that goes women.
and I think it's a form of transparency. I think it's a form of transparency with that. I mean, you got some people that just want to, well, guys, well, this is how I feel. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But I feel like if they say that we don't want to be in a certain type of a relationship with them, right? That they have to kick it with us like that instead of being honest on what they really want. Be honest on what you really want and let me decide on whether or not I want to kick it
Yep.
with you like
That's what I
that.
said. If you lie to somebody and they act out on the lie, shame on you. Don't be mad at them. But if you tell them the truth
But
and they
that's
act
the
out on the
maturity.
truth, then you give
That's
them
the
a chance. You give them a chance to decide whether they're going to allow this in their life or not. But Stephanie, Tommy Boy said Steph gets triggered and cut them off quickly.
period. The cutoff is like
And then you
cutthroat.
was going to say something else. You was like, period. The
Period.
cutoff is real.
I mean, I cut them off. I can't, and I'm not. And let me say this: this is not just with male female relationships. I'm like that with friends, family. I don't care what it is. I have learned to protect my peace
Yes.
because I'm not in a good state. And when
So
you
true,
know you're
Kenya.
not in a good state, certain things you know you have to just cut off when it's not good for you for your healing journey. So I know for a fact, and anybody that know what I've been through, my whatever you want to call that, I only like bringing it up. But when you know what you done been through, and this is not just for me, this is for anybody that's been through any type of um um struggle with narcissistic relationship or toxic relationship or whatever, you need to heal. And anybody that comes into your space that interferes with that healing and disturb that healing to make you relapse like a drug addict, mm-mm. You got to cut it off.
Kenya said they are all about, well, she said they're not human at all. Tommy Boy said they are demons. And then Kenya Ann
And
said
it says that.
they are all about themselves. They can't love another person. We've been talking about that. And she said, yes, protecting your peace is the ultimate right and goal. Yes, or
Yeah.
end goal. So, man,
And it's not about being mean. You know, because I can cut family members off, I can cut friends off, but it's not that I don't love them. Let me say that. It's not that I don't love my friends or my family that I probably have cut off. It's just that they're not appropriate in my life during my healing journey.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Perfect said. You know, I just got to say, I got to give a shout out to Out of the Mud for letting us do
Absolutely.
this today. We're actually at an hour and 30 minutes, so thank you so much, producer. But giving a shout out to Out of the Mud, man, you guys, we're going into 2026, guys. All you viewers that are watching or tuning in and chiming in, follow us into 2026. We're trying to get more shows. If you got some creative ideas about what you want to talk about or hear us discuss, drop it on that chat line right there. Let us know. We're
Because
here at
I don't
248.
mind talking about it.
Right, 5053. That's the one thing. That's what Sassy T is all about. We're not ashamed to talk about things that even bother us, or at one point in my life, I was embarrassed about or afraid to talk about. But I'm like Stephanie now. I had to let go because I don't give a damn.
I
I'm,
don't give a damn.
I'm tired of people trying to put finger at me and judge me.
Period.
I don't mind sharing my truth, but I tell you what I talk about to God is between me and him. But what I talk about with you all is to help us together. I want to help
Us.
us. I want us to build off of this. Out of the Mud is doing that for me. Tune in on the Red Alert show. Tune in to the Larry Lott show. Tune into the Greatest Mayfield show. Tune in to the Thirsty Third. All these shows that's on Out of the
It's,
Mud. Like, share, and subscribe, please. Please help us get this
yeah.
message out there.
And
Stephanie,
listen,
any last words for the show today? What do you want to
well,
tell our
we got to get that makeup from Jock because I want to look light skinned.
light
Girl,
bright?
I
I'm
don't
so
want to look light bright like you.
I am bright, bright, even in the dark.
What?
That's all right. Thank you, Jock. I appreciate you, girl. Um, Yep. So the last few words on here, Kenya said, "I enjoyed the live, ladies. Thank you, Kenya. We appreciate you tuning
Thank
in
you.
every Sunday at 6. Tune in, Sassy T. She said the transparency is addictive. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And Tommy Boy said, "Amen to that." You know, if it wasn't for people like you all chiming in, he said, "I need a tube." A what? A tub? A tube? Tommy Boy. Um, I love all you guys for chiming in and tuning in and giving us your thoughts and talking with me and Stephanie. I mean, we talk a lot on the phone, y'all. So
We
we come
do.
up with a lot of ideas and we discuss a lot of things. We agree to disagree on certain things. We bring light to each other's lives. She pours into me, I pour into her. And I think that's what a lot of us need to do. So I appreciate you all for tuning
And
in.
thank you
Stephanie, you
so
want
much, Terralisa.
to,
If I
you're
don't
very
tell you
welcome.
before the year's out, thank you so much for us having for allowing me to have an opportunity to be on here with you.
I
I
appreciate
appreciate
that.
that. And
No,
I
I
want to
appreciate you and your words of wisdom. You bring a lot of clarity. I love how you're able to accept things that people say and do and still turn it around and make it
yeah,
work for you. I like that. You're a
yeah.
helping hand in the community. I didn't know much about you then, but I know a little bit more now, and I
Thank
appreciate
you.
that. And this show is helping us gain more views and credibility from our viewers. All we need y'all to do is like, share, and subscribe. Out of the Mud Inc. I forgot I didn't say that earlier. Out of the Mud Inc. on all the platforms. You got Instagram, you got Twitter, you got
All
uh,
of that.
all of that. Every one of them. Every one of them.
And thank
Tick,
you,
all
Grundy,
that.
for hanging in there for us for an hour and a half. Thank you, Grundy.
We appreciate you, producer. But with that being said, everybody, thank y'all once again. Sassy T, what a topic today it was.
You and me. Let's go. We'll be
That
back
you and
Sunday.
me. All right, till next Sunday at 6, y'all. Peace out. Talk to y'all soon.
Bye bye.